Dead by Dawn Gamer, aka Iron Man Duck, here to bring you a how-to video. Now, I was talking to my friend Ryan the Piano Boy. If you've seen his page, he's got some really badass piano play. And we were talking about how I've been using this photopea to make thumbnails for my YouTube and stuff. And he tried to use it and he was having a little hard time, and I'd sent him some videos. So I'm going to show you a little bit easier way how I make thumbnails. This way it'll be easy for you. Okay, so this is photopea. I will have the website drop down in the description. It's a free editor service. It's basically like Photoshop. The only problem is it can be complex if you don't know what you're looking for. Okay, so we'll come right back to this page. I'm going to show you my process of what I do uh, on making a thumbnail. So on YouTube, I have a video here that needs to have a thumbnail. So what I'll do is usually if I can, when I make the video, I'll go ahead and take a screenshot or whatever. But since I've already made this one and I'm going retro to make the thumbnail, we're just going to come here because I've paused it here. So what I do is once you're on a screen like this, okay, let's get our base picture. So this little picture here is basically sums up this video here. So what you're going to do now is go to your keyboard. If you look at your keyboard through your F1 through 12, to the right of it, you're going to see over here print screen. So here's F12, and right here will be your print screen. So just go ahead and hit print screen a few times. One, two, three, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so we're done with this part of the video here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come to photopea because we're going to be going here. Now you're like, okay, well, I did print screen. Well, how do I find this? Well, to see if you did your print screen, right down here on your taskbar, you should have this little folder. I'm on Windows 10. Note you have to do this on a PC. I'm not aware that you can do this on a cell phone, so you must do this on a PC. So okay, so we're going to go to pictures, and then we're going to go to screenshots. And as you see, here's all the screenshots now. This is right here. I'm going to be using this later for a template to the thumbnail of this video I'm making, but we're working on a thumbnail for that video I just had it on. So okay, so now we got the images have been saved to our screenshots. So good, that's step one. Now there's multiple ways to do these thumbnails, but to me, this is the easiest one. So first step you're going to do is you're going to come up here where it says file, alright? And I'm going to go kind of slow because I've noticed that in some of these videos they go really fast, which makes it hard to keep up with. And I know why they're doing it. They're doing it to save time or whatever. So we're going to click on file. Okay. New, you could do projects and stuff. When I'm making a thumbnail from a screenshot, I just go open. That one I'll explain on another time. You don't really need to worry about this if you follow this method to make the thumbnail. So you click open. Okay. Now, to get to this file, you would go, of course, to pictures and then your screenshot, and that's how you get into this folder. So you would click on your pictures. You'd click here, which opens up this video, or opens up that. Then when that screen's here, you would come to your screenshots, because we just took a screenshot, and then grab any of your screenshots. These are all the exact same things. I'm just going to go with this one. And then you click on that, and then open. Okay, so now we're on the first step. We have our template of what we're going to do to make our thumbnail. Now, what I'm going to teach you how to do is how to outline and add some glow, drop shadow, uh, put messages up. Okay, so there's other methods you could do, but this is one of the fastest, simplest way. So the first thing you're going to want to do is, okay, so we want to put lines and glows around me first here, okay? So here's what you're going to do. You're going to come right here to this lasso select, okay? There's different ways you can do it. This one kind of grabs the whole thing, but we're not going to mess with that one. So there's two methods. you could use this magnetic one, which if you do that, it'll do point, 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 and see how it's grabbing. It'll try to grab them. This is good if you're trying to cut and paste something very detailed, but we're not going to do that. So one thing I have learned, you're like, oh gosh, I'm messing up on my cutting cutting here. All you got to do is to get off of this is just click on a different option. See how that disappeared? I just clicked on the move option, it disappeared. So now we're going to go back to lasso. This is the one I use. Uh, Polygram lasso select. Excuse me, 1 second. All right, we're back. Okay, let me make sure. So we're going to click this. Okay. Now with this one, you're gonna left click your first point and kind of make a little line. Give it a little room in between. It'll give you some room for your inner glow. So you can do as close or far away as you want. Me, I'm going to start here. So click here. So that was left click. And when you're anchored in place, left click, coming around, anchoring in place, left click, coming around. And you're going to have to make sure that this connects. So now we're coming back across, left click, coming back up a little bit, left click. Every time you left click, it anchors this little line system. So left click, left click, left click, left click. Now we got it connected here, left click, and now sometimes it doesn't connect. Now, see how it's highlighted like this? And you'll notice here it says lasso select. So we got that. So what the next thing we want to do now, we have this highlighted like this. So you're going to hit on your computer, Control and C. So Control and C. Okay, so that's cut the picture. Now after you've done that, you're going to hit Control and V. And when that happens, it's going to, so you did Control C, and then after you do Control C, you do Control V. And if you've done it right, it'll snatch the picture and put it here. Now this is the layer to your background. So now we can click over here. Okay, so now that we have a layer, so your background is your base layer, and we just click that. Now every step of the way, what I like to do is, okay, is I come up here to File, and we want to save as PSD. Now you're going to want to do this every step in case you mess up, then you'll be able to load uh, this step backwards. So just click there, save as PSD, and it's in your download folder. That's all you need to know. I'll show you how to reload that here in a minute. Okay, so we've saved step one. So now what we're going to do is we want to add lines and different things. So here you right click and see here's some all different kind of options you can do. We're going to go to blending options. Okay, we're going to go to blending options here. So click, and you have different options. The ones we're going to be using today are going to be first one I always start out with is going to be stroke. Okay, now it's very important on this thing to make sure you click on that. See how it's highlighted black? When you click on it and it's highlighted black, then you can get into the editing part. So there's a few options to mess with here. As you can see right now, we have a red line uh, around me. So let's say we want to change the color. You just left click on this and it opens up this menu. Uh, there's colors that I've already been using that can be here. Now you can take this and drag. So you hold left mouse and you can get to, like, let's say you want it to be in the green spectrum. Okay. So you just stop there and let go of your left mouse. And then you can hold the left mouse and you can move it around and see how the colors are changing. The colors are changing there. I think I'm going to go with a white outline here. So we right clicked here. Now, or left clicked, I'm sorry, here. Now, so now that we've left clicked this here, once you've found your color, it doesn't matter. All of this is preference. I'm going with white for now. You have to click OK. Now, when you click OK, it's going to have your color, current color here. So we have a white outline. Now, I usually use the position of my lines on the outside. There, you can change them to other things, but me, the simplest is outside. Okay, the only option I usually mess with a line is size. So what size does, you left click and you can slide this mouse. See how size changes the thickness of the line? So we're going to go with 10. Let's just go with 10 for now. And you can use the slide bar, or you could just left click here, highlight with holding the left click, and you could change the number, like let's say 13, hit OK, and then it makes it bigger. We're going to go, I like 10, so let's get it at 10. Okay, to finish this step, you hit OK. So we got that first step. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add a outer glow. Oh, so okay, so we're still on this layer. So let's right in blending options. Okay, so we want an outer glow. So right here is outer glow. Left click it, double click it twice. Okay, so now we're on the outer glow. Here's your color. You can keep that color if you want. We're going to change it. Let's left click it and let's go with a let's see what a kind of grayish color looks. So I already have gray here, but if I wanted a gray, I could just left and see how I'm pulling the circle with me and see how that color changes. So if you liked it like that gray there, now that I got in the gray spectrum, you would just hit OK. Okay, so now we have our gray color here. So left, you pick whatever color you want. You can have here, go down your color spectrum, and then just left click here is OK. Okay, so these are the options I usually mess with here is the spread and the size. So when you hit size, if you watch, see how that glow is is growing. That's how big your size. Now your spread makes it thicker. See how that's getting brighter or lighter. So I usually will keep the spread kind of low. It's a matter of preference. So you can slide it, gets thicker or less thick. I'm going to do mine about, I like it there. You can change these numbers to anything. All of this is a preference. So I've got my outer glow going now. Okay, so that's good. So that was the spread that we played with, which is left, and then the size. So now you push OK. So now we just made a line. We made a line with our stroke. Now we did the outer glow. Now I'm going to do a inner glow. So it's right click here, blending options, and then inner glow is right here. So you just click here, double click it so it's highlighted black or whatever. It needs to be highlighted. So the inner glow is going to make this glow inside here. So if your lines are real close, the glow won't really show up. If you leave a little line in between, it will. Okay, so you left click on your color. I think I'm going to go ahead and keep this kind of sand color. I like that. Try to do some matches with the backgrounds and stuff. It just seems to pop a little better. So we're going to hit OK with the left mouse. Okay, so let's go with our size. As you see how that's coming in. And this time I'm not even gonna put anything in the spread because I don't want it to be thick. I just want a little bit of inside. Okay, so we got that, and then like I said, if you wanted to change your spread and make it thicker, you can, but I want to leave that at 0. Okay, and then you just click OK with your left. And then what I like to do just to make it pop a little bit more is the last step. So you right click and then you go to blending options and just click drop shadow. I don't mess with anything else. That just adds a little depth to things. And then just hit. So you left clicked in there, made that come up, and then just left click OK. Okay, so we're done with this part. So we got me highlighted. So what we're going to do first, before we do anything else, because this is the first step of what I'm doing to make my thumbnail. So let's do File, Save As, and you can always go later to your download files and delete these after you're done. I'll show you how to do that at the end of this video. Okay, so we've saved that. Now the next step you want to do before you do any other layer or anything, which they don't explain this to you in videos, I learned this myself. You're going to right click here and you're going to want to merge down. Okay, because if you don't merge down, if you try to cut and paste anything else, it won't work and it'll just get frustrating. So when you merge down, it takes the layers. So you got right now like a sandwich, right? You got this layer and this layer. So when you merge, the sandwich comes down together like that, bam, and then it'll become one layer. Okay. So you just we got that. How did I get that here again? So we right click there. We come to merge. Then you hit the left mouse. Okay, and see how it merged down? Now you look in your actual background, and this is here. This is stationary. It's not going to move. Let's say that I messed up and I'm like, oh, I wasn't ready to merge this or whatever. See how you could go to File, Open, and then you would just go to your download folder. Let's see here, where's the download folder hiding? So right here's your download folder, and then you would just get your most recent, or you could go one or two, go to your PSD. So if we didn't want to have already merged it, we could just click Open and see how that brought us back to our other menu. That's why I save every step. But we're going to get back to where we were. So we're going to do Open. We're in our download folder, and we're just going to go ahead and open the most recent PSD files. Okay, so now we're back to where we were at. Gonna merge down. Okay, now the next step, I want to highlight this. Now what I've gotten to do is once I pick my color schemes for my lines and the thickness of my shadows and all that, I just leave it like that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to highlight this girl. So we're going to go to the polygon lasso. So we got that, and then left click, left click, left click, left click, left click, and you can make these lines as long as short, close, or wide as you want. It's all a matter of preference. So there, click, click, coming down, coming down. Now, see at the bottom of my left picture how there's no bottom highlight line? Well, the way you can get around that is if you do want one, you just kind of click here and try to stay inside the picture itself. I'm doing a horrible job of that, so that's okay. So then we come up here, left click, come across, left click. You got to connect these lines here to make it. Now we've got this all highlighted again, like before. So remember, it's Control button C, and then Control V. Okay, now that we got this layer snipped, let's go File. Excuse me, File, and then Save as PSD. That way, if we screw up, then we can just easily access the file and fix it. Okay, so right click, blend in options. And now that I've already got my colors picked that I want, it makes it really easy. So we're going to left click on the stroke, and as you can see, if you hold the left button, you can grab this and move it around so you can see. Now see, as we've already got a color scheme set up, so double click there. See, we have our white, our thickness, all of the color schemes we want it set up. So we're going to keep the stroke. Then we're going to double click here. We got our outer glow. See how the outer glow looks. Then we want to go to our inner glow. So left click here. And as you see, because I've already picked all of it, how it's already kind of just popping out like that. And then let's do our drop shadow. Bam. So see how that is? It's really easy once you've already decided what colors you want. So okay, we're going to hit OK. Go ahead and save this step. Save as PSD. So that was left, and then left again. Alright, now let's merge our layer down. So that was right click, left click. Sometimes it takes a little bit because the computer lags, or sometimes the internet's slow or whatever's happening here. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is highlight this vent. So we're going to get the poly lasso. I'm just going to call it poly, it's easier. So left click there, poly, and then let's go in a little bit, then left, coming down, and then left, 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 coming across, left mouse, coming across, left, left, connect. Sometimes it doesn't want to connect. Okay, you just keep clicking around till you get it. Okay, so we got that. So Control C, Control V. Okay, we got this layer pulled over. So we're going to do File, Save as PSD. Like I said, always do this. These files are small and easy to get rid of. So right click, blending options. Since we've already picked what we want on the color scheme, left click on the stroke, outer glow, left click, uh, inner glow, click. See how that's really popping right there? And then let's do our drop shadow. Oops, drop shadow. And then OK. Alright, save or file. Okay. Now we're going to merge down. Which was left and then right click. Oh crap, I got a filter on it, I didn't even realize it. Y'all are probably like, why does this guy look like a zombie? That's because I'm pushing numbers. Alright, let me switch that real quick. Alright, let's get that off. Sorry about that. Alright, got that off. That's funny, I didn't even know I had that up. Okay, back to what we're doing. Okay, the walls, short film. Okay, so the name of this video is The Walls. So, alright, so now the next step is right over here where you see T is your text. Okay, so you left click here. Alright, now up here is how big the pixels and stuff are. I usually use between 3 to 600 depending on how big I want. So we're going to start out with Since we have a lot of room, we're going to go ahead and start out with 400. Okay, so you hit 400 there, and then over here, you left click here, and this is where you can pick your text. So when you left click here, you just kind of go through the different things and see what font you want. Let's look through here and see which one catches my eye. Let's see what this one. Oops. So that's left click. Let's see what that looks like. So now we're going to left click here. Okay. Alright. I kind of like that. That looks good. Okay. So this little like cross looking thing is the move button. So you hit left and you can move this around. If for some reason, uh, let's say that you accidentally click this check here, right? This check just confirms what colors. And you're like, wait a minute, I want to move this around and I don't like the color. Okay, so if you did that and you wanted to change the size or the color, you just, on the little T right here, you go click twice with your left button. That highlights it. Now what that can do is you can change your color. So for instance, I'm going to make this one white. So once we hit white, we push OK, and then you just double click here with your left click. See how it says it's got the walls now? Now also too, I can make this a little bit bigger. So if you wanted to make this a little bigger, left click twice, and then you just could left click here, highlight it with holding your left click, and then put 5. We can see how big 5 is. Then you just click right here again with the left click and see how that made that bigger. Now you're like, but I can't move this around. I want to move this around. To move something around, to move whatever layer you're on, because again, this is your layer, this is your background. You click here on your move tool, uh, left button, and now you just hold your left mouse, and you can move your mouse around. So I'm holding it with the left, and I'm moving it. See, as you can see, I moved it. Now I do like the size of this, so we're going to leave this here. So now the next step we're going to do, because we have our base word down, so now we're going to right click, blending option with your left, stroke. So on the stroke I'm going to change the color because of course white on white it doesn't look right. So left click your stroke, and then that was a twice left click to highlight. Left click here. We're going to go with, if you have black here you could already just click it. If you don't, just drag your mouse over here till you see black up here and then push OK. So okay, see how we have that? Now the stroke, I like the thickness of this, but you could make it thicker or less thick. We're going to go with about where it was at. That was at 10. I'll keep it 11. 11's nice. So now I want an outer glow, and I've already picked a color scheme for the outer glow. So double click here. Okay, so we've double clicked that now. And of course, if you wanted to change the colors, you would just left click here and then pick whatever color you want and then hit OK. But we're just going to leave it alone because I already like the color scheme I have. Alright, let's see if the inner glow will work. Sometimes the inner glow doesn't really want to line up with whatever you're doing. So let's see, inner glow. Double click. So we're just going to go ahead and the inner glow, we'll leave it there. But you could switch up and back and all of that stuff, whatever sizes you want. And then last but not least, what will make your letters really pop out is left click here and put a drop shadow. Okay, so we got the walls. All right, so click OK. So now we got this. Go ahead and do like you've been doing. Save as a PSD. Okay. Make sure. Okay. The walls. Okay, so I got it. Dang it, I keep pushing. Oh, it's because of the dang. I've got quick keys set up on my thing for when I'm streaming. That's why these keep popping up. Okay, so the walls is what the name of this was. Okay, good. Now let's go to the next step. So we've saved, so go ahead and merge this down. Let me get me, so we got that merged down. Let me just change this off real quick. Now I'm gonna hit text. Now since I've already picked the sizes and stuff, as you can see up here, it says 500 and it has it in white. So I don't have to adjust any of these right now. So left click here, hold my left mouse, kind of move this around. Reaction. Okay. Now we got that there. Move this to where I want it. The left. And remember, if you needed to change colors or anything, just double click here. Click up here. You could change it to whatever, like if you wanted it black, double click here. See how it went black? Or if you want to get it back to the white color, just double click. If you needed to move it, you just click your move tool, which was left, left here, and then you can left mouse and move it. So we got a reaction where we want it. In fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and make the reaction word slightly bigger. Let's try 550. And you can make these any sizes you want. It's all a matter of preference. Okay, so hit the check mark here. Okay, I like that. Left here, move the reaction to there. Let's see if it's got. It's got me as a clown again. All right. Oh, oh, okay. So now we're going to right click here. We're going to do blending options, which left. Just double click here, left. That'll highlight with our stroke. We've already picked the color schemes. Now we want our other outer glows. So we're going to hit left twice here. We can do our inner glow, which was left twice here. And if the colors on the inner glow is not quite what you want, you can adjust the sizes. And then last but not least, drop shadow. And then OK. So this is pretty much done here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and save PSD. Now once we save it, we're almost at the last step here. So the last step here is going to be two things. One, let's go ahead and merge this down. So we right click and then left click. That merged down. So this is our final product here. We've got our tablet. We did the print screen. We got it together. We put lines and outer inner glows, drop shadows, and our words and stuff. So now all you got to do now is you go to File, and you're going to put Export As. Okay, so let's go again, File. Come down here to Export As, then hit JPEG. Now this is very important on this part because I was screwing up on this part. See how it has the width of 384 and 2163? That's because I'm on a 43-inch monitor, basically. That's why it's such big dimensions. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do left click here, come over with the left mouse, hold it and highlight. You're going to want to put 1280, and on your bottom you're going to want to put 720. Okay, so I like to save 1280 by 720. YouTube likes these dimensions. Then take your quality and move it all the way over, okay, to 100%, and then we're going to hit save. Now it's going to pop up here. See how it says 21 827 JPEG. So what you're going to do now is you're going to left click on this, right? Because this is just put this in the download folder. Again, if you miss that for some reason, you just come to your download folder. Where was it? Where is that thing hiding? You would just click in your download folder and it'll be the top file, and as you can see, it shows a JPEG format. Okay, so once we got this open, we're just going to right click here, and then we're going to do, what was it? Save as. And you can put this anywhere. You can put it on your desktop. You can put it in a folder. This one I have a, what was it? Was it on my desktop? Let me right click. What did I do? Okay. Okay, there we go. Right click, save as, and you can put it anywhere you want, your desktop, whatever. It'll probably go into your picture file. If it goes into your picture file, just come to your picture file and find it. So I'm going to name this the walls, R for reaction, TH, some L, N. Okay, so we just saved this. So the last step to do now is we did all this work because we want to, add it to our YouTube or whatever. So I just go to my YouTube here now. God dug it. Me and my damn buttons. Okay. Okay. So last step, now that I've saved that. Okay, let's get off of here, exit. Go to my channel. Now this is just because I'm adding the thumbnail. At this part, you don't have to do anything else, but if you were to add this to your thing, so I'm on my personal YouTube page here. So we're going to hit manage videos. Then we're going to go find that video that I'm got the thumbnail to. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be here a bit. Coming down. I have a ton of videos uploaded and still a lot of work I got to do on all my thumbnails. Okay, where is it? Okay, I think it's this next section here. Yes, we're getting close. Okay. Okay, so once you got your thumbnail made, you just click here, which was a left click. Then down here on your thumbnails, get out of here. Ah, okay. So you click here, and then once you click there, you just find your file that you just made. Where you hide that? There it is. So left click there, open, and as you can see, save, and it will upload that, and now it'll show up here. If for some reason it's not showing up on your app or whatever when you're going through your videos, uh, just delete all the data, the cache, everything in your YouTube app, and then restart it and come down and it'll refresh. All right. So that's how you make a thumbnail using photopea. I hope this has helped. If you have any questions or need some other help with things, just leave me a comment and I will answer you. Till next time, you guys have a great day.